Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Midweek Minutes. We're almost there. We're almost completed the study in the book of Ephesians. This past Sunday, we made it to Ephesians 6, verses 10 to 12. So we only have a few more Sundays to go before we're finished. But let's focus on this Sunday. Our message title was In It to Win It. And the passage was Ephesians 6, verses 10 to 12. Let me read it for you. It says, a final word, be strong with the Lord's mighty power. Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand firm against the strategies and tricks of the devil. For we are not fighting against people made of flesh and blood, but against the evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against those mighty powers of darkness who rule this world, and against wicked spirits in the heavenly realms. In it to win it. Now, this year is coming to a close, and 2020 has been a challenging year for all of us. Many things are quite different than the way they've been. One thing that's been different for me is annually, we typically go to our men's advance in Lake Placid, Florida. It's a great time where we're able to have food, fun, and fellowship. And I look forward to it every year. But unfortunately, this past year, we weren't able to attend. One of the things I always look forward to is the annual competitions. And I've been going for over a decade, and I participate in the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. And let's just say, I come home with jewelry just about every year. And so each year, I'm realizing that I'm not just going to participate, but I'm in it to win it. And in order to be in it to win it, I have to know who I'm up against, and I have to know how to fight this battle. Now on Sunday, our first point was there is a bully and a battle, but you're in it to win it. Now in basketball, the opponents are trying to bully you. The obstacle of making a hoop and getting past the defenders, that's the battle. Those are pretty plain. It's easy to spot the bully in the battle in the game of basketball. But when it comes to spiritual warfare, it's not always so easy. Sometimes we mistake people as our enemies. But as this passage says, we're not wrestling against flesh and blood. No, we're wrestling against those mighty powers in the unseen world. And so we can't use our crossover, our human jump shots. No, we have to implement God's mighty power and exercise spiritual warfare. And the only way we can do that is by tapping into God's power and allowing Him to win our battles. So despite whatever you're going through, however it may look, the individual that may be annoying you or causing you grief or really just hating on you, that person is not the enemy. Remember that. And so in order for you to see the bully for who he is, we have to realize that that bully is Satan and his minions and that evil world order that is trying to defeat us in the battle. And when we do that, and when we implement God's mighty power, we can be in it to win it. So I encourage you, don't just be a participator. Don't just show up, go through the motions. Don't throw up your hands in defeat, because you're not just called to be a participator, but God has called you to be in it to win it. And the only way we can do that is be in His way, in His word, and in His walk. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Midweek Minutes, and I hope you join me again next week. Goodbye for now.